Shalom Aleichem Internet, this is Rabbi Sander Gajzinski coming to you live from sunny Southern California with this week's TorahByte. This week is Parshat Lech, which is actually the very first words of the very first command that God gave the very first Jew, Avraham. Now, Avraham already up until this point has lived a very dynamic life. He has discovered God at the age of 3 while the rest of the world is serving idols. He has faced down the great king Nimrod for his beliefs. He is thrown into a fiery furnace. God miraculously saves him. He then goes, takes the message on the road, and convinces, as the Rambam tells us, as a matter of historical fact, tens of thousands of people to believe in the one true God. And yet the Torah chooses to skip all of this and to start Avraham's story with this very first command that God gives him. And this sets the tone for what it is to be the kin of Avraham, the Jewish people. And that is, Lech lecha mi'artzecha mi'moladetcha mi'beit avicha el ha'aretz asher areka. Leave your comfort zone, everything that you otherwise know, and go venture forth. Do not be stagnant, do not be static or complacent, but rather always try to achieve, always try to progress, to take a step forward, to become better, and to achieve your true potential. Lech lecha, not only go for yourself, but go to yourself, to what it is that is your true potential. For those that enjoy a little Kabbalah, it's in the word itself, the words itself, Lech lecha. Lech is the numerical value of 50. Lamed is 30, and Chaf is 20. And Lecha is the exact same letters, another 50. That's so that if one goes to their true potential, to be 100%, 50 and 50, of what it is that they can be. That is the journey of the Jew. Now, interestingly, Avraham's story, or Avraham's first journey, does not end in great success and triumph. At least it appears so. He journeys out, comes to the land of Israel, and then immediately, Vayihi Ra'av Ba'aretz, that there was a great famine, and God tells Avram to turn around and to head down to Egypt. And then a saga begins where Abraham's wife, Sarah, is kidnapped by Pharaoh of Egypt, etc., etc., trials and tribulations, adversity, etc., etc. Now, one could think that adversity and trials and challenges get in the way of one's journey and effort to achieve. But this parsha tells us the opposite. This was part of the Lech lecha, that the challenges, the adversity, etc., etc., is part of the journey and helps one truly achieve in a way that they could not achieve if there were not challenges. Because when one faces those challenges and overcomes the challenges, then the triumph and the depth of what they have been able to draw on the wellspring that is their ability is far more realized than had it been a smooth trip, smooth sailing. In fact, there are two works that make up the foundation of Jewish tradition: the Talmud Bavli and the Talmud Yerushalmi, the Babylonian Talmud and the Jerusalem Talmud. Now, almost by intuitively, the names indicate that the Talmud Yerushalmi is the wiser of the two works. And that is why, in an effort to understand the law, the Talmud Yerushalmi moves very quickly through the process of deciphering, etc., etc., comes to the conclusion, and there is not too much in the sense of trial and error. The Talmud Bavli ends up being a lot more question, answer, debate, trial, error, until they eventually arrive at a conclusion. And yet, although the Talmud Yerushalmi seems to be the one that arrives at the conclusion quicker, easier, and therefore apparently better, when there is a argument or debate between the Talmud Yerushalmi or the Talmud Bavli, we take the opinion of the Talmud Bavli. And it is because that after the effort and after the give and take and the trial and the error, what the product that you have on the other end is far more realized, is far deeper, and it carries with it all the effort and all the triumph that the journey has brought. So as we look at this week's Torah portion, and the first lesson that the Torah gives us from Avraham, it is to face challenges not as getting in the way of the journey, but as a necessary step in the journey that only makes the goal all the more real and all the more powerful. So if there's one message we can learn from this week's Torah portion, is to take life's challenges, to embrace them, and have it as an impetus and a catalyst to triumph. And then we are really starting to achieve our true potential. Shabbat Shalom, and have a wonderful, wonderful week.